Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for the introduction. I'm Phil. I'm the EMEA sales manager for BirdDog. So I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about us, who we are, where we came from, and also our products. So originally, BirdDog was founded by my colleagues Dan Mial and Eamon Drew, who were the new tech distributors for Southeast Asia. So they became aware of NDI right at its infancy, just prior to it being announced publicly. They realized at the time that it was a great idea, a great concept, but that there was no way of being able to take a traditional feed from a broadcast camera, either SDI or HDMI, and bring it into a TriCaster. So at that point, they decided to look at and to produce a product, hardware-based, to be able to train a traditional feed, turn it into NDI. Very early on, it was realized that the best way to be able to do this was via a silicon chip. So we set about designing our own FPGA. This was done to enable us to be able to give the lowest possible latency, highest quality, to be able to do encode, decode, but also to make a board that was miniaturized, that was scalable and flexible so that we could use it for a number of different applications. The result of all the hard work over the last couple of years is this board, which you can see here. So the BirdDog card is a business card. So it's about 60-70% the size of a business card. And this is our main board that we use in most of our products now. So this is about 15 to 16 months worth of development to get to this point. Because we have our own FPGA, we use a slightly different application of NDI onto this. So we do line-based encoding, which makes us slightly faster than some of the other alternatives, because we start encoding on as soon as the first line has been received, and we can push the frame out then as soon as the last line has been received. So end-to-end on products like the Studio, which you can see on top of the camera over there, which says Cam 1, and with the Mini, enables us to have a frame latency on encode and a frame latency on decode. Because of the speed in which we can do it, we are able and we are quick enough to be used for large screens, for events. This is an example of an American football game being broadcast onto an iMac screen using Studios and Minis. Products. Originally, we started with just one product, and over the last 2 years, that's grown. So we have a bigger range now. One of the things that we also started looking at was software-based products. And at IBC this year, we introduced a product called BirdDog Cloud. BirdDog Cloud is designed to be able to take an NDI signal, which is very happy to sit on a localized network and be shared, but it's able to then take that NDI signal and share it across an SRT pipeline to any other endpoint in the world, which then gives us the ability to produce mobile studios so that somebody sitting in, say, Prague could take control of a studio in Oslo with full control over the camera, tally, audio, and comms. I can do a very quick demonstration for you as well. Bear with me. I have a short little video here which will give an explanation.
Tak a teďka se pokusíme podívat a přijmout NDI stream ze studia z Osla. A Phill vám ukáže, jak to vlastně funguje, když se takhle chcete připojit vzdáleně do nějaké destinace a propojit se po NDI s jinou destinací na světě.
Okay, right, thank you. So this is the main window for the BirdDog Cloud. At the moment, I managed to show this earlier. These are my endpoints, which are located in various different locations around the world, any of which I can actually share and pull video from just by sharing the endpoint, by clicking on the logo or the icon there. But for this very brief demonstration, if I clip onto our matrix window, each of the locations with the green cross in are locations that are streaming or have an NDI source available to me. So I know that if I click onto this source, I can then pull up my colleague Jan's demo system, which is located in our office in Oslo. I will then choose what type of connection I would like, and I know that he's running a Linux system, so my best option is the 3meg X264. I can then select the NDI source that I would like to receive. I could also then at that point as well decide whether I want to have PTZ, tally and alpha as well. I could set the maximum size of the frames, I can set latency and the type of encryption that I would like, which I'm just going to leave blank for now. So now I will connect. So we have a green icon, which shows that I have now connected to his system. And at the bottom, we can see a number of bytes, packet lost, and the bit rate that we're currently working at. So if I now open Studio Monitor, give it a sec just to pick it up. I'm now pulling the video from Oslo in real time. And this is just an NDI source that's being encoded via a Linux system. And it is honestly as simple as that.
Takže to byla krátká ukázka, abyste viděli, jak je možno NDI kanál, který teďka teče v lokální síti ve studiu v Oslu, dostat senka do České televize přes Wi-Fi v prezentační místnosti České televize. Myslím si, že to je celkem slušný výkon a abych ještě zatleskal teda Phillovi, že to takhle krásně zprovoznil a poděkoval bych mu za jeho ukázku.
PTZ cameras were the second line of products that we brought out. We have the P100, the P200, A200 and A300. P200 is the only camera that's shipping as we speak. All of the other models will be leaving the factory and warehouse this week. So we'll finally complete our HD lineup of units. At IBC, we also launched this little guy as well, which is our first 4K camera, the P4K. It actually won an award at the show as well, which was really nice. This is going to be available in December. It utilizes a Sony 1-inch Exmor CMOS sensor, which is actually the same sensor that's used in their own BRC X1000 camera. We have obviously taken that and built it into our own unit though. So we do a few more things than the Sony unit. We have 6 gig outputs rather than 3. We do full NDI. It's comms compatible. We can do NDI, SDI and HDMI live at the same time as well. PoE Plus. And this will also enable us to use this camera as an endpoint for cloud. So at the moment, you have to go through a PC and use the graphics card and the accelerator to push an NDI stream over the network. With this camera, though, this is all built in, and this could be your endpoint in your studio that you have access to and then can take full remote control of. Into the HD cameras, we have the P100, which is our baby camera, full NDI, HD, 10 times zoom. It's very small, starts to ship this week. The P200, which is on the table at the front as well, which has been very popular so far. We also have a range of all-weather cameras as well. So this is the A200, which sits in an underslung position like a security camera. It has a full 360-degree spin using a slip ring mechanics. It has a windscreen wiper on it. The housing has a heater inside. It's IP67 rated, so is happy outside in temperatures from -40 to +60 degrees. And then the A300. This is quite a heavy, large camera. It's secured properly. It's built to withstand a Hurricane Force 4 winds. The camera looks like it has two cameras in it, but actually the top unit is actually a laser system, which is there to enable the camera to focus in low light and over a greater distance. All of the A series and P series, apart from the P100, also use a Sony 3rd-inch CMOS backlit sensor as well. And the final part to the puzzle is the keyboard. So this is our keyboard. We control up to 255 cameras. It doesn't matter whether it's NDI, Visco over IP, 422, 232. We can control anything with it. So it'll work in a mixed environment if you have Panasonic, Lumens, NewTek, or BirdDog cameras. At NAB this year, we also announced our 4K range of products, which have been delayed slightly, unfortunately. But we have a 4K HDMI, a 4K SDI, and a 4K quad. All 4K 60p, all 12G SDI, HDMI 2.0. We also have a 10 gig SFP cage in there as well, so you can run fiber. We have Tally and OLED as well. So unlike our original units, we've put in an OLED display, which means that you can actually see the IP address, the format, actually on the unit without actually having to go into the web user interface to find out that information. So I'm just going to jump through these quickly because I know I'm running out of time. So 4K HDMI unit, 12G, 4K, loop through, headset connector, USB serial PTZ control as well, and with the implementation of NDI Thor via the USB, we can also record proxy directly from this unit as well. 12G SDI, exactly the same unit, the only difference just being the inputs and outputs. So the one that we're getting the most inquiries about at the moment is the 4K quad. So this unit gives us the ability to take in 4K 12G SDI feeds and encode them to NDI in one unit. The HD units, which have been around for a while, Studio NDI was our flagship unit, which started shipping in 2018. It's still available now, still very popular. and then the Mini, which we are using at the moment on the table here as well, which has been utilised greatly for sitting behind screens to act as a decoder to send NDI to. Also within our product range, we have a couple of other software packages. We have the comms software. So we have two versions. One is the comms Lite, which is a free download from the website, and comms Pro, which is slightly which gives you more options, which enables you to create a ClearCom style audio group to be able to talk to camera operators via the director within the studio. Central was designed as a very basic but very easy to use way of routing NDI around buildings to screens, monitors, in a reception area or in a studio or a stadium. Again, we have two versions. Central Lite is available to download from the website, and we have a comms Pro, Central Pro, sorry, which is available as well. And upcoming shows, and I think that's me.
Já bych poděkoval Phillovi za jeho prezentaci BirdDog produktů.